probably should just know. I was just thinking about it as you said it.
With the engineers. I was like, oh, okay, got engineer. But then he was like, I got the high score.
Good evening or good sun. What is it saying? Good
Rising
sun?
sun.
Bright sun? Bright sun. Bright sun. That's one of the greetings that you'll hear in the Black Spire Outpost at Galaxy's Edge here in Disneyland, coming soon to a Disney's Hollywood Studios near you. I am 9-year-old Lou Mangello, losing his little marbles, crying at the sight of the Millennium Falcon. I'm totally cool with admitting that to you. I swear I was not the only one. Welcome, welcome, welcome to every little kid in 1977 and kid in 1999 and kids who grew up with the latest trilogy. Their dreams of walking into the movies that they love so very much. I'm getting choked up again.
I don't know how. It's just
Have
like
literally come true. I can't help it. I don't. Shut up. Quiet. Listen, you are going to hear words that to describe this land as groundbreaking, interactive, personal. You're also going to hear the word emotion because it very much touches right there in all the little feels that we have. I am not the only guy that cried. As a matter of fact, I'll bet you this guy cried a little bit.
It happened. It absolutely
happened.
Yes.
You may or may not remember Dan Zier from such podcast episodes as, was it the Star Wars Celebration?
Yes.
Recap episode,
Yes, that's right.
Episode 5, something, from Coffee with Kenobi.
Hello.
All around Star Wars nerd, very much nice guy
Yes,
as
thank
well.
you.
Mind-blowing experience today?
Mind-blowing, and you're right, the choked up feels kind of weird. You just feel like, I don't even know how to describe it. And
Like,
I'm
what
an
is this
English teacher.
what is this salty discharge coming from my
That's right,
eyes
that's
and
right.
why?
I think I stubbed my toe on the landing gear. I think
It had
that's what
and it had
happened.
nothing to do with food, believe it or not. Which, by the way, was delicious.
I have seen this guy in action now. The food, it's taken on a whole other
Yeah,
level for me.
It's not what I'd say.
It's real, kids.
It's who I am.
It's real.
It's who I am. And of course, a visit to Black Spire Outpost would not be complete without the citizens of Batu. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well.
You are?
I am Megan.
And where are you from?
I am originally from Surabaya, but I moved to Galma and I work here at the Outpost for Oga as an image specialist.
So I remember my first honeymoon at Surbat. I don't remember a lot of it. It didn't last very long. I prefer not to bring it up. But you know, winters there are awful.
See, well, that's why you moved to Galma, 'cause it's better.
Obviously. And what do you think about living here on Batu?
Batu, it's really nice. You know, we got 3 suns, 2 moons, so if you like warm weather, I think it's a place for you.
I mean, it's like one giant beach outside of here. A little bit of forest over there, a little bit of beach over there.
Exactly, you
It's
got a little
nice.
bit of everything.
It's nice. And the food's phenomenal.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I love myself some Endorian tip-yip.
The tip-yip is
Yep.
so good.
And some moof juice with it. It's the best.
I haven't even gotten to the blue milk or the green milk or
That
all of
too,
the
yeah.
very different drink varietals that you have here. But thank you for welcoming me here.
Yeah, of
It's
course.
phenomenal. And the weather's lovely.
Now, she has
And-
something that she wants to let us
Oh
know.
yeah. So our, language here, bright moons, or bright suns, rising moons. There you go.
holes.
So we have bright sun, so 3 because we have 3 suns,
Okay.
and then rising moons because we have 2 moons. Yeah. So it's a
That's how you
little.
say good morning and good afternoon. Is that how that is?
Yes, that's what it would be in your off-world language there. That's the translation. Yeah.
It's Phil Holmes right there. Look, right there. Phil Holmes. All the way from Orlando.
Another
Which is as hot. It's as hot as your second son, Orlando.
Like
Accepts.
standing on it.
Yeah.
I've heard some people saying.
I know her
mentioning
too.
Someplace like
She's
that,
great.
Saying it's pretty hot.
Straight here compared to
And of course, you may hear a familiar cackle in the background. It is, of course, the cackle that is Becky Menken from MEI and Mouse Fan Travel, who can not only help you for your trips to Walt Disney World, Disneyland Adventures by Disney, and Disney Cruise Line, but also will help you get to the world of Batu.
Absolutely.
In Land or in World.
Yeah, exactly. Well, not so much. Well, you can
Soon.
start booking
See?
for World. You just can't go there yet.
You can
But
still
we
start
are.
booking.
This is amazing, and I have not had the opportunity to be here all day like you guys have. So I'm just taking this in for the very first time. Found, of course, these two wandering around, and of course, immediately I said, "Okay, so what are we going to go do?" And they said, "Eat." Well, so that's the first place we went.
They kind of made us eat first.
Yeah, so I haven't
They brought us-
seen anything but the bathroom now and the place where the cast members were coming out serving
Which
food.
is a remarkable
But
bathroom.
But-
It really is spectacular.
I do have my new little buddy here, and I love these, and I need these in my house. Uh-oh.
Oh,
There's
incoming
something going on,
transmission.
Yeah.
Another transmission.
Squad leaders, it's time to prep your recruits. The first order has been spotted. The first order has been spotted at Black Spire Outpost. I repeat, the first order is here. It's time to move. I need the orange media team and yellow team to head to the east side of the resistance camp. East side of camp immediately. Again, orange media team and yellow team head to the east side of camp immediately. Green
garage?
team, I'm gonna need you to hold your positions. Continue your duties and your training. Remember, your help is greatly appreciated by General Organa and the Resistance. Ignite the spark.
Just waving goodbye to Becky. You're not allowed. No, I'm sorry.
I get to go at least a little far before they stop me and say, "You're here." All right. So I will tell you what. You guys have fun. If we get eaten back here by some sort of strange creature, please let us know that we were loved and cared for.
I'm sure we will find you aboard the droids. I love Gonk droids.
Nice.
It's
Squirrel. It's not squirrel. It's Gonk droid.
It's Gonk.
Okay.
Didn't you have the little Gonk droid as a kid?
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Dun, dun,
Never walk out.
I'm very much into this.
Light the fire.
That's not being very. Yes, okay. Yes, sir. May the force be with you.
Yep, and also with you. And don't get eaten because we have things.
Oh, that stealthiness was exhausting.
That was something else.
That was the most exercise I've had in like 12 years.
That's actually a good example, though, of how seriously they're taking this. It's not like a quick little, I've got a catchphrase, get on this.
They come on, hey Bob, how you doing? Where they're from, why they're here. So they become storytellers as well.
Oh, very much so. It is not an exaggeration to say you are a part of the Star Wars universe. I mean, at that one time that I feel like I was in Disneyland, did you? I
No.
feel like I was on a Star Wars set.
And I think, we've seen things like that. And I think even to a lesser degree, and not to take anything away from Pandora,
Right.
but to show how exponentially more, again, we keep using the word immersive,
Right.
this land really is.
This land is your land.
This land is it's made for you and me. Let's just quickly make a detour here. Sorry. So what was, other than the men's room, what was the coolest thing you saw today?
Honestly, the Cantina. The Cantina is awesome.
Yeah.
I know we joked earlier about, I mean, when I was in there wasn't a lot of people. That's obviously never going to be the same again. But just the atmosphere, it didn't feel like I was in a cartoon. It felt like I was in a bar that happened to have some Star Wars theme to it. The drinks were good. The atmosphere, there's plenty of seating. I was really impressed.
And I dug the fact that the seating reminded me of the original Cantina scene from the original Star Wars. There was a lot of, while this is a completely new world, there are touch point elements for whatever trilogy is sort of your trilogy.
Yes.
So whether it's Luke's land speeder or vehicles from, the animated series or the most recent trilogy, whatever it is, there's things that you're going to recognize here that are going to hit you.
Oh, I agree. Like, there's a lot. I mean, I'm a big fan of Star Wars Rebels, so I got to see Lothcats. Although when I saw Lothcat, it was asleep. But the puffer pigs and like some of the decor, you feel like it's inspired. Of course, the Corey inspired all of this. It's very much present. I also like seeing the Sith and Jedi holocrons.
Right.
You see those? Now let's talk about the lightsabers.
Let's not talk about the lightsabers. Bring your credit card and call your credit card company ahead of time. Hi, Capital One, I'm going to need to spend a lot of money while I'm here because...
And the word is that, I'm just getting word from my wife, Deanna, that she wants me to buy a lightsaber, so that's exciting.
It's the gift that keeps on giving all year long.
It's a night light, keeps predators away.
Exactly. And going back to the Cantina, how cool was DJ Rex?
Oh, he was awesome. It just very much felt like he came off of Star Tours and jumped right into the bar itself.
And if you listen carefully, there's a lot of throwbacks to the Star Tours. He glitches every now and then.
Yeah,
so
which
you
is
might
perfect. As long as it doesn't glitch when he's making you a drink, but he probably won't make drinks really. He'll be mixing tunes.
But we're even seeing creatures, not in the restrooms, outside the restrooms though. We're seeing familiar creatures from the original trilogy too. You pointed out what you saw just from the side of the restroom too.
Oh yeah, that's right. The Dianoga over by the drinking fountain is really, really cool. When you leave the Falcon, one of the exits, you see the one of the Ratards in carbonite on the wall, and that was pretty cool too. There's also, we found a secret Indiana Jones Easter egg inside Doc Ondor's, which I'll let Lou tell you about some other time. It's really cool. I never know where to look on this thing.
I know, it's right there.
Okay,
right there. Right there. It doesn't matter. They're not looking at us. They're looking at all this. And it is, we were only here for a few hours today. The land is huge.
Yeah.
Like, just when you think the land, like, I didn't go as far as we were today because I thought it ended there, not realizing that's not just where some of the X-Wings are and other vehicles, but that's where the Rise of Resistance attraction is going to be. It opens up later on this year.
Yeah, and right. And like when we were here earlier today, there was really not a lot going on there because there's nothing much to see. For example, you saw when we started the X-Wing, the Resistance X-Wing, the blue one.
Right.
But to see Poe Dameron's X-Wing, you have to go on the Rise of Resistance, which of course we can't do just yet. But it's knowing that as much as we've seen, there's still more to experience and see. It's really awesome.
But tell me how cool, and I'm an emotional wreck, obviously. I went into the queue and then stepped foot onto the Millennium Falcon. It's like detail for detail right out of the movie.
Yeah, pound for pound, when you walk in, you feel like you're navigating it, and even like the atmosphere in there. And then the jar table is not just like a little prop. You feel like you're sitting there ready to play.
It looks like, the entire place looks like it's out of a movie set.
It really does. It really does. And then there's enough people in there that can take pictures for you. You have time, even though you're about to board the cockpit, you have time to walk around and take a lot of cool pictures.
Whatever they're doing on the tube, they're serious about it.
And even in the attraction where you can be a pilot, an engineer, or a gunner, what you do absolutely affects your experience as well as what happens afterwards too. Some people said it feels like you're playing a video game, and it does, and I think that's the next stage in the evolution of attractions. We're not past the surface. What we do will impact the outcome for everybody.
One of the people was an engineer for one of mine, and he took a while to push the button. And Hondo Onaka yelled at him and said, "What are you doing? What are you taking so long?" That's my Hondo Onaka. And it was cool. You actually saw it. I mean, there were multiple times where people came out of Lightspeed too early, and we ended up in an asteroid field.
And
James Earl Taylor, voice of Obi-Wan
Oh,
Kenobi.
look right there.
Cat Saber voice of Padme Amidala.
I would do a really bad Obi-Wan Kenobi, but I can't because Obi-Wan Kenobi's standing right there. This guy knows everything about Star Wars, like everything about Star Wars. Good.
Be right back.
The other thing too is that this little device that we are communicating on, the Play Disney Park app, comes to life in a whole different way. It's not just a little bit of detail here and there and things you can scan. It goes so deep and so many layers. You can just walk around using that app to interact with the environment, the characters, the walls, the droids, and it takes you deeper and deeper. And there is sort of a reward system for it too. You can earn credits, you can lose credits. What you do on the app affects the attractions and vice versa. It's remarkable just how incredibly well thought out, and we are just sort of scratching the surface of what this land has to offer. Again, I've only been here for a couple of hours. I've only ridden Smuggler's Run twice, which is clearly not enough. But there's so much to see. It's easy, in a good way, to almost get lost as you walk around here because there are so many twists and turns and little alleyways and shops to walk into. And again, we haven't even touched on what you'll be able to get in terms of merchandise. The cast members that we've been interacting with, totally selling the idea that you are off-world somewhere. We had a little interaction with somebody earlier. I want to turn the camera around just to give you a sense of we're sort of being held in a very, very small location, but all the way around us, this land expands out. We'll see the Millennium Falcon later. You saw where Rise of Resistance was, Rondo's Roasters, some of the other merchandise locations. It's remarkable. I am without words, which for me is tough.
Squad leaders, I need you to assemble at the rally point immediately.
Of Spielberg and Star Wars. I hope my movie works out.
Recruits, stand your ground. We can prepare revised instructions. You should capture all this.
All right, recruits, listen up. I've got two announcements. One, you made it. Welcome to Resistance. Two, I'm being pursued by stormtroopers. Don't worry, it's happened to me a lot, and I've got most of the plan. Now, they don't know you're with the Resistance, so act casual. Just another night in Spire Outpost. I'm the one they want, so let's keep it that way. Stay recovered and we should be safe. I guess I should have had a whole plan. No wonder I like you. I got a problem right from here. I'll pass you out. Oh! Act casual, everything's fine.
Now then, where were we?
You guys are just leaving.
As clever as you think.
Then you don't know me.
I know who you are, my boy. The destruction of the Resistance has now
Seriously,
been...
can we just skip to the end?
As you wish. Troopers! Now then, where is the Resistance coming?
I would have thought you figured that out by now.
Defiant to the end. Well, then you leave me no choice. Take aim!
You don't want to do that.
On my count. 3, 2... Come here!
Yes, very dramatic. In a good way. Chewie! Let's end this!
Outpost, fellow resistance fighters. This is Intelligent Officer Lee Joe Saul. It's time for the yellow team and the orange team to move to your next destination. If you don't know where you're going, get with the squad leaders. They'll help you out. Squad leaders, make sure you know where they're going. On behalf of General Organa, we'd like to thank everyone for supporting resistance tonight. And a very special thank you to Vi Marati and Chewbacca for risking their lives to save ours. Ignite the spark!
Light the fire! Okay, so that was unexpected and really cool. Like, I dug that a lot. Now we need to find out where we're supposed to go next, because I have no idea. Oh, yes! Hi, how are you?
Getaway today.
Oh, good, nice to see you again.
Yes, you as well.
What'd you think of this?
I'm loving it.
We're live, you want to say hi?
Yeah, hey,
Great.
yeah.
So what's your name?
I'm Jen with GetawayToday.com, and we sell vacations to Disneyland. Get to Las Vegas here.
And what did you think of this?
I'm loving it. It's awesome.
And you were just saying we met at Social Media
Yes,
Marketing
yeah, I
World?
went to his class. He's fantastic.
Oh, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no, great to see you.
You as
And
well.
say hello. I'm a fan.
Great, thank you so much.
Thank
Good
you.
seeing you.
Good to see you also.
All right, I don't know where we're going, but I'm gonna follow. I'm gonna follow the crowd. You were right. You were awesome.
Wasn't I right? Right spark.
Light the fire. I feel you.
Nice work, Orange Team. I'm proud of you. Down this direction.
Anyway, so I finally said I would take back greetings. I feel like
The prop guy just had it.
This little traffic jam will give you a little bit of a sense of what crowds are going to be like in a couple of days. So our 5 units, our 2 units, probe droids, Nerd alert. The detail in here, I will tell you that there's no way the live video is doing it justice.
That's good. Orange and yellow lanyard, please. Orange and yellow.
Oh, check this out.
I'm now a trooper of the first one.
Yeah, I promise you.
Mine too.
Throughout the land, you'll find little QR codes that you'll be able to scan and will interact with your Play Disney Parks app, which has 4 different modes. There's a scan mode, there's a decode mode, there's Olga's Cantina. Oh man, this looks so good at this time of night.
Where are we going to go? Here. Alonso. AJ. How? Are we on? For the sake of space, I'd like it to be off the side, but if it's a need to,
I know.
tell me.
Yeah. I mean, like, I've broken my hip, so I have to sit down sometimes. Like,
Okay. Got it. Okay. Sorry. Got a decent spot. Oh, absolutely. Well, fairly decent.
Adam, your head is. Sir, can you put your phone down? Thank you, sir.
Zip it back.
You're in my shot. So apparently Bob is going to come out of there and rappel down. You look familiar, yeah.
My name is Aaron.
Gabriel. That's so crazy.
We connected at some point, and I think it's on LinkedIn. So the fact that we're like right standing next to each other. It's that guy from LinkedIn. Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I graduated almost 10 years ago.
When did you graduate?
2010.
Yeah. Communication.
Yeah. That's weird. We probably have like.
I think we had a class together or something.
We probably have like, do you know Jeremy Bernstein or Richard Mills? Just Jared Mills. They're all in California.
Oh, no.
Will Relman.
See, I came for like the last 2 years.
Oh, okay.
I didn't really get
that sign say stand by, wait time 5 minutes again. And where are you now?
Southwestern.
Oh, cool.
So we've been out.
Do you know Justin Bundit?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I know him from Texas.
Oh, okay.
Way back.
Yeah. Small world.
Yeah, that's funny because I saw you.
Yeah. Low-key night for you, sure.
You know, haven't been out in I don't know how many weeks.
Things coming here. Do you have a blizzard or something? Oh, that's just. Oh.
Well, we're holding it for the photographer, but we see here, so.
I'm really tall. I get in the way of everybody, too.
Lou, your arm is in so many of my photos.
I'm so sorry.
But I love it, though. Don't get me wrong.
This guy's my friend. It's the back of his head's and all mine between the two of us. I'm sorry. I said we're friends. My fault.
It's a privilege to have my back of my head in your phone.
So it's good.
Jim, how are you? It's good seeing you. That's Jim McPhee. He was, I first met him back at Epcot's 25th, way back when. Had him on the show a few times, interviewed him, I think right around then on the show, and then again a couple times. George Kalogridis is standing just in front of us. Phil Holmes is right there. The colors at this time of night are just spectacular.
Okay. How crazy. This is so random. I always wonder where like other elite people end up. Like, where are they now? Yeah. Where did you go before you came? That must be a big
I just wasn't like ready to. I'm from Dallas. But no one did.
Funny real fast because I was taking pictures and he was like, "Where's the Millennium Falcon?" And I was like, "Which is that?" And he was like, "The one that whoever flew." And I was like, "Okay, which one is that?" And then I showed him this one. He was like, "Yep, that's it."
Well, I guess
Hey, that's Bob Iger's J. Oros.
He's a very nice man and a very odd guy.
Corey, I'm going to tell you, man, stuff is not just so well done, but it's unique to this land. So you're not going to be able to find it anywhere else. And I held one of the lightsabers in my hand today. It's not like anything that you've purchased off a shelf or online anywhere.
Vamos a ponerle el equipo, bueno, vamos a ponerle el equipo. ¿Cuál es Tú define quién es el equipo.
Michael, Lynette, good to see you guys. We're just waiting for the dedication ceremony to begin.
It's a little blurry there.
Alright, did you come straight to Disney?
I did. So back in 2006, I was a space program.
I did it in 2007.
Oh, cool. Where'd you work? Professional internships in 2010, and then I got hired after that.
That's key.
So somebody asked how they will be able to stay here. I believe we'll be able to stay in the land tonight until midnight. They'll open everything up around 9. I was able to get in earlier today before the embargo, so I was here for a few hours getting some content. I rode Smuggler's Run twice.
But I was saying,
my love for the movies and the toys, and he's got the best view in the house, but it would be nice to be able to bring him here and ride the movie that we love so much and grew up together. One day I'll tell you my dad's Crazy Eddie story with Empire Strikes Back.
yeah, he was here with the ABC like social media thing. Yeah. So like I helped make that, but it wasn't directly about because it wasn't believe it's here. It's like,
long time coming. 50 years. También se han así de que nos quedamos en la ciudad y tener que estar nosotros desgastando, güey, en algo que, o sea, seguramente nos hacemos para caminar de
Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of the Walt Disney Company, Bob Iger.
This is right up there with the best of them. Thank you, welcome. In the spring of 1977, a bright young filmmaker released his newest creation. And it was a unique mix of science fiction, romantic fantasy, and grand adventure. A truly extraordinary film and an epic cultural For more than 4 decades, Star Wars has transported us to galaxies far, far away, to grand and exotic places, and into complex, colorful, intricately interwoven stories. Now, I'm sure some of you fantasize about traveling in hyperspace to be among the most diverse set of characters imaginable. The dark side and the light side, bounty hunters, space pirates, rebel spies, and all sorts of alien misfits in all shapes and sizes. Now, personally, I always wanted to sidle up to the bar of the Cantina. Although nothing would have excited me more than to climb in a cockpit and pilot the fastest punket junk in the galaxy. And now, with the opening of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, we can do all of that and so much more. Star Wars first came to Disney when our Imagineers and George Lucas joined forces to create the groundbreaking Star Tours attraction more than 30 years ago. And in 2012, George entrusted us with his extraordinary legacy, and as you can see, we take that responsibility very seriously. I speak for everyone at Disney when I express deep gratitude to George for giving us that opportunity. And when I first met with our Imagineers to talk about Star Wars, my message was actually quite simple. Do not be ambitious. Be the most ambitious that you have ever been. After all, we are building on the legacy of two extraordinary visionaries, Walt Disney and George Lucas. Both of those men embodied quality, innovation, and bold creativity. Both knew how to surprise people. Actually, both knew how to blow their minds with experiences unlike any that they had had before. We knew that we had to walk in their footsteps and get this right for all who come to this happy place, particularly for those wonderful and passionate Star Wars fans. Sensing there are a few of you in the audience. As I stand here tonight before all of you, knowing that we built something special, as I do, something unique and something very Star Wars in its scale, technical sophistication, and its artistry, and we are thrilled to finally share it with the world. I want to congratulate and thank Bob Chapek, our chairman of Disney Parks and Resorts, the president of Walt Disney Imagineering, Bob Weiss, Scott Trowbridge and Robin Reardon, and our incredible Imagineers, along with a phenomenal team at Lucasfilm, the Disneyland cast, and the thousands of dedicated men and women who have given their time and talent to create this spectacular land. As you can see, Galaxy's Edge is absolutely amazing. And tonight, I am honored to have the man who started it all here with us tonight for this historic occasion. Ladies and gentlemen, George Lucas.
Thank you, Bob. First, you did a great job.
Coming from you, that means a lot.
It could have gone very bad. It's Star Tours on steroids at a level you can't possibly believe. And I'd also like to thank all the Imagineers and others here that made this thing possible, because it's the first time that I worked with the Imagineers a long time ago, and we did, everything was like it was in the old days. It was very hard to do anything. So now the technology is here. This thing is amazing. It's really something that we couldn't even dream about 20 years ago. So I hope you enjoy it. It was a great experience for me, and I think
It's really nice to see you. That was my daughter who just came up with me. Thank you. I'm so really happy to be here. It's been almost 40 years since the last time I played in Andover. And people keep asking me, how did I find Lando again? Well, Lando never left me. Being involved in the Star Wars has been incredibly rewarding to me. And certainly working with and being hired by this wonderful man was a very special part of my life. Thank you so much. As you probably know, I was the original owner of the Millennium Falcon. It's amazing to see her looking so good today. And I'm so excited for you. You're going to get the pilot to do pilot the Falcon 2 and experience your own adventures. You're going to love it just as much as I've loved it being a part of this fantastic franchise. To all the fans out there, thank you. This land is free.
Now, I would like to bring out someone who is near and dear to the hearts of Star Wars fans everywhere, and whose heroic journey captivated us for over 4 decades. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Luke.
Thank you. I have to tell you, the last time I was in a Disney park with George Lucas was for the opening many moons ago of Star Tours. And I thought to myself, this is inconceivable. Part of a movie that would get its own ride in a Disney theme. I better savor the moment because it'll never be surpassed. And yet, look at where we are today. We get our own land. You know, Star Wars for me has always been the gift that keeps on giving, and the reason is because of you. Your parents tell you not to speak to strangers, and everywhere I go, people treat me like I'm family. And the stories they tell me, they're personal stories of seeing Star Wars, or reading the books, or playing the games, or watching an animated series, whatever it is. They're so personal and so heartfelt. It got me through troubled times. When I was going through a terrible breakup, my mother was sick, and my spouse online. The stories they tell me are so heartfelt, and I can't tell you how grateful I am to have been a part of it, to be associated with a character that represents optimism and hope. And so I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Walt Disney, and especially George Lucas, for teaching the world a new way to dream. Thank you so much.
Tonight is our first opportunity to join the inhabitants of the planet Batu and live the adventure. out with this thing? Well, give it a try, Bob. Peter?
That was incredible. Thank you so very much for joining me, especially I know it's so late night on the East Coast. I'll have lots more on Instagram, Facebook, a little bit on Twitter as well. Of course, I'll do a full recap on the show as well. Stay tuned tomorrow. I'll be sharing a lot on my Instagram stories as well as on the Facebook page. Thank you so very much. May the force be with you. I love you guys. See ya.